Hello. Hello, my love. Because I always take a few minutes after I set it up and just relax. And I hit go live. I have a routine. I stick with the same routine all the time. Hi, Barry. Banny. Hi, Banny. Hey, G4 Galactic Northeth. What going on is G4 Galactic Northeth? How's it hanging? How you been? I don't usually catch many of your live feeds. You do live feeds at weird times. Usually during the day, I think, when I'm at work. It's kind of hard to catch your live feeds. I'd be there if I could, but it's really hard. You gotta have some nighttime ones. Not too late, but do some prime time slots. Sup, y'all? What's going on, John Smith? What is up, everybody? How's everybody doing on this Christmas Eve? One day before Christmas Eve. Did you get everything that you needed? Did you get out to get all the presents? Or are you one of those people like me that waits to the last possible second? See, I was out yesterday and today in the middle of complete chaos, like worse than Black Friday, people getting trampled chaos. Like arguments and fights almost taking place in the parking lots, ensuing. All kinds of shit were going on. It was a fucking crazy day. And I was out in it. I was out in this shit. I get claustrophobic around that many large crowds of people. Because an enemy can get you then. You know, you got so many people you gotta be aware of. You never know who's coming for you, trying to fuck you over. You never know. It's a sick world out there, my friends. It's a very sick world in which we live. Here on this rock which we call planet Earth. What's up with the pyramid over the Pentagon? We just do cards with cash. Yeah, that's a good way to go, you know what I mean? It's a good way to go. Because, what the heck is that?
Getting the football.
Getting the football?
Yeah, I'm about to go play football.
Play football?
Yeah. In Walmart parking lot.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Hold on, people.
So, what are you doing?
Doing a live feed.
With candles?
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Hey. That's how I roll. You're coming back for football. You on my parking lot. That's weird. Bye. My freaking son coming to get his football. Going to play football in Walmart parking lot at 8 o'clock at night in 28-degree weather. That's some football dedication for you right there. What is up with the pyramid over the Pentagon, huh? I don't know if anybody happened to catch the phone call that I made to the Pentagon, but I posted that on my channel. It lasted a good 5-10 minutes, and then it was swiped right off my channel, and somehow disappeared off my phone too. And I never deleted it, so I woke up the next morning, it was gone off my phone. But I called the Pentagon, and a guy answers the phone when I call the Pentagon, and I say, yeah. He says, well, what can I help you with? Blah, 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 blah. And I say, what's going on with the fucking, can you tell me anything about the fucking large, giant, pyramid-shaped object, possible UFO that was posted up above your Pentagon a couple nights ago for hours? And he goes, I have no idea what you're talking about. And I go, come on, dude, you mean to tell me you know nothing about the fucking giant pyramid? And then he's like, what the fuck did he say next? What the fuck? Oh, he said, well, everything's taken, something like looks good now, or everything's taken care of now, or something like that. And I'm like, what the fuck's this dude talking about? So then I start asking him if he believes in UFOs and pyramid UFOs and shit. And he says, that's irrelevant. I'm like, irrelevant to what? I'm asking you a question here. He goes, that's irrelevant. He would not answer my question when I said, and then I started saying, about the bases on the moon and Mars and shit to him. It was a pretty funny phone call. If you missed it, I'm fucking terribly sorry you missed it. But it was pretty funny nevertheless. What the fuck do you think that could have been? That pyramid. Let's discuss this pyramid. They're always watching, John. They're always watching. Bumped into a weird guy at the supermarket yesterday. Kind of creeped me out, I feel like I got set up for DNA. Like, he dropped a pen purposely, knowing probably I would pick it up. I handed it back to him. He had this sinister fucking evil smile on his face. And his eyes were like weird looking. And I was like, whoa. They probably just got my DNA. Now they're gonna go plant it. Shit. That's how they roll, people. That's how they roll. You never know. But let's discuss this pyramid here. What do you think this thing possibly could have been? You think this thing could have been the fucking TR, 3B, whatever the fuck those triangle UFOs are? Do you think that could have possibly been a UFO? See, I don't. I think it was part of the Blue Beam Project sort of thing. That blue beam I used to see in the sky, sure it wasn't a pyramid shaped, that I seen, but it was the same color nevertheless. And I believe it was some sort of like hologram, holographic image that was beamed into the sky or beamed from space. I don't know which one, but I believe, holograms, yeah, I believe that's what it was. I don't believe it was an actual UFO itself. I don't believe that. I watched the videos several times. I examined the pictures, zoomed in on the photos. And that to me looks like, a projected pyramid-shaped blue, object being projected from somewhere. The ground, maybe. Could be hoaxers. Could be people pulling off one hell of a fucking hoax. Who knows? I don't think it was a hoax, though. I think it was our own people. Or, here's what it is. Here's what it is, people. I'm going to fill you in on what else this possibly could be. It could be very well our own government, people, putting this triangle-shaped pyramid above the Pentagon. And there's going to be more cases like this to come in the future. Every so often, they're going to do something like this. Okay? They're trying to get us adjusted. They want us to get used to thinking our skies are being invaded by UFOs. What a better way to generate some money with a little bit of space wars for our new space program boys over there, huh? You know, our boys over there in the space program, they're just looking to get into a fricas, sort of say. And what better reason than some fake UFOs in the sky to go shoot at? Even shoot a few down. War generates money. Space program, World War III, the next big war. Could it be? Could it be like Tom Cruise in that movie? Could it be crazy shit headed our way? I think so. But I think if we keep talking about this sort of thing, it's almost like being a whistleblower in itself. And the more people that talk about this sort of thing, the harder it becomes for them to pull something like this off. Because we're predicting it, we're saying it. And if a lot of us are saying it, then, you know, it's going to be a lot harder for them to pull off. Just face the facts. So I think it could be the government, you know, using the blue beam in a way just to cause UFO sightings, so to say. They don't want you to see the real thing. So they put the ISS, or the International Space Station, up in space. Because all that place is, people, all that place is a UFO monitoring station. Okay, they spot all the UFOs coming in, about to enter our atmosphere. They radio on down, tell them where it's coming in at, you know, the angle it's coming in. The people on the ground know. You know what I mean? Then they could chase them back out. And then, you know, not too many people see the fucking UFO, whatever, you don't have sightings. But I believe it's a monitoring station. They want to know, you know, when they're coming and leaving. I believe that's their sole purpose up there, the ISS, is to monitor UFOs. That's always been my belief, and I'm sticking with that. I'm sticking with that. Lord knows NASA's not going to tell us the truth. When has NASA ever told the truth? You know, really. I don't think ever. Maybe a few times. Who knows? I don't know. It's in government files that it's a plan of attack. Yeah. Shit is and can very well happen. It's not out of the realm of possibilities. All things are possible here on Earth. Time travel. I believe in time travel. When you start fucking with gravity and bending space and time and light, you're asking for some crazy shit to take place.
Question: is there something wrong with the white HDMI that you use? Does it have to be connected to the TV, or can I take it out for a bit?
Wait, what are you talking about?
The HDMI, the white one that you use for the PS4.
What about it?
Can I take it out for a bit?
What do you need it out for?
Connected to the VR, so I can watch what Tanya is doing.
Yeah, but make sure you put it back when you're
Oh,
done.
I will.
Finish with it. It's in the government files. It's a plan of attack. You got that right. But who knows if they'll ever pull something like that off? That's yet to be seen. But they could be working us in, you know what I mean? And maybe in a couple months from now, we'll have another pyramid-shaped object. Maybe this time it'll be above the White House. Maybe this time it'll be above, you know, the Statue of Liberty, or the Empire State Building, or the Sears Tower. You know what I mean? Or Area 51. Who knows? You know, maybe it'll be over the fucking Hollywood sign for all we know. Who knows? But if that happens again, in another, you know, pretty significant landmark here in this country, then you could bet your bottom fucking dollar that it's our own boys, and they're just having a little fun with us and trying to get us prepped for the Space Wars with the space program so our boys can get in the frickus, like I told you before. You know, why would you have invent this, come up with and create this space program, you know, fighting in space, being in space, and not plan on fighting something? You obviously plan on fighting something in space, or you wouldn't created the space program. The space program has been going on probably since the 60s, but, you know, they want us to believe that it's something they just fucking put in place fucking, you know, a couple months ago or whatever, or still have yet to do whatever. I don't know I don't know if it's fucking in play or not right now. I don't know. But all I know is I've heard it's been in place since the 60s, the late 60s, so who knows? I don't know. Crazy shit. But yeah, if you see more pyramids pop up, then you can bet it's our own boys fucking with us, getting us ready for like I said, space wars. Fucking space wars. They used the word space wars too. They actually did. Pence said the word space wars. We will conquer, you know, just like we conquered wars here on Earth, we will conquer the space wars also, or some shit he said like that. And it was shit like that was mind-blowing for me, because it's like, okay, they plan on fighting somebody in space, so who are they planning on fighting? The only thing other than us that would be out in space that I would know of would be the big A word, aliens. But aren't we all aliens in some way, shape, or form? Aren't we all inhabitants for somewhere other than Earth? I believe we are. I believe we did not get our start here on Earth. I believe we were on another rock, possibly Mars, who knows? We were on another rock, maybe one that blew up, and maybe that's why the Kuiper Belt formed. But I believe we were on another planet. Shit, you know, broke loose. We came here. I believe that, you know, we're not meant to stay here either. And that's my full and true belief, people. I believe, you know, we're a race that's meant, you know, to move our homes. And I don't believe that we were ever meant to stay on Earth forever. You know, because Earth won't be here forever if you think about it. Something will happen, you know, eventually the space sun burns out. Something will happen where, you know, in fucking billions and billions of years from now, we're going to have to find a new place to live. So I believe that we were destined to leave this rock and that we are from this rock. This is just, you know, where we happen to be now, evolving along the way. Whitcock says that Trump called him. Did you hear that shit? Said that Donald Trump called him and was asking him if all the shit he talks about was the truth and all this other shit. Did you people see this shit? This shit is nuts. I don't know if I believe that one. I don't know if I believe it. But then again, you never know. Maybe he does want to know what the fuck's really going on, and they won't tell him, so he's trying to find out from other people, because he's got a hunch that it's going on himself. All I know is he better be careful, because he better not ever sniff around that he's ever going to disclose without them giving the approval, because it could be a bad ending. Very bad. I don't know, man. I voted for Trump, you know, because I said to myself, he's going to be that guy. He's going to be that guy that's got those balls, that ain't afraid and doesn't give a fuck, and will fucking hire, you know, armed gunmen himself that ain't corrupted in the government to keep him safe and disclose. Who the fuck knows? That's what my belief was when I voted for the guy. I just had a hunch that maybe this was going to be a turnaround for a president who would finally say, you know what, enough is enough. People keep talking about this shit. I've seen UFOs myself. I want to know the fucking truth, you know? And our people should know the truth too. Like I said, that's just, it ties in all together, and that's why movies like the New Desire movie and movies like that are coming out, because they're inching us closer to some sort of disclosure. It might not be a full disclosure, but it might be some sort of disclosure, and, you know, who knows when it will be. But it's eventually going to come. It's inevitable, and I firmly believe you can't stop it, because they're not going to stop visiting us. They're not going to stop coming here. So, you know, it is. You're eventually going to have to come clean with it all. Two talking, three stocking. Peanut butter and so good. So good. Pyramid. And what was that shit? Did you see the object flying behind the moon? You can clearly see the thing going behind the moon. And that thing was fucking big. It was like half the size of the fucking moon, it looked like, you know, that dot. At least a quarter of the size of the fucking moon. And it went behind the moon. Behind it. Only way you're going behind it is if you're up in space. Now that was a big fucking object then. I'm going to go out on a limb here, people. All the two that are watching. And I'm going to say that was a damn chevron. And for all y'all that don't know what a chevron is, that is a mothership of sorts. It is the aircraft carrier of the Greys. It is home base. It's the big one. A chevron. We've seen them. We've spotted them. We've got them. We've got footage of them. They exist, people. They exist. They exist. And if you believe that they don't exist, then your brain doesn't exist. And you're one-dimensional. One-dimensional. That's it. It's all she wrote. Murder, she wrote. It's all she wrote. Buckle my shoes, skip to my loo. Christmas. Ho, 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 and a bottle of rum. Ho, 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 and a bottle of rum. I seen a homeless man in a very rich, extravagant part of town here. You know, one of the upper class neighborhoods around here. And he was on a main strip, and those cops don't fucking play. And I'm like, how did the cop not see this guy yet? Because I know the minute they see him, they're going to make him leave the area. They're not going to let him hold this sign up in the middle of an intersection of the busiest street in the area. They're not going to do it. Hey, sugar tits. Hey, sugar tits. I heard that.
In my pocket.
Pocket rocket. What'd you say?
He calls his owners meaner stalker.
That's alright. Is that a burp? Holy shit. That was a loud burp. Chevrons. If you listen to Travis Walton from the movie Fire in the Sky, actual true event did happen. All of them passed several lie detector tests. That right there is 100% proof for me that that event existed and they saw what they seen. And Travis Walton has claimed that they brought him up to a Chevron, and he was walked out into a giant hangar the size of fucking, Dallas Cowboys Stadium, with fucking, even bigger, with fucking all kinds of fucking UFOs, but smaller ones, the disc-shaped ones. And he said the one that grabbed him wasn't a disc-shaped one, but he said it, well, maybe it was, I don't know, but he said it was bigger than the ones he was seeing in the fucking actual Chevron. So that's proof right there that these things, they're up there, because maybe these things have to refuel every once in a while. We don't know that. We don't know how it's ran. We could, sit here and say, oh, it's element 115, element 116. But you don't fucking know for a fact what makes these things go. So we don't know. Maybe they need to stop and refuel. You know what I mean? Whatever they use. We don't know. So they're going to need little carriers along in space, little chevrons, to stop and maintain the crafts, so to say. We know they exist. We know they exist. We're not stupid. I call them, a lot of people, I seen people calling them like sidewalkers or something like that. I call them movers. That's what I call them. And you can see them among the stars on clear nights. They're not planes, they're too high, they're actually in space, but you see them moving, and they do all kinds of weird patterns in the sky, and they stop abruptly, and then they start up again, and they're crazy to look at, and I see them all summer long. I can go outside in a couple of hours, and I'll see over 20 of them. So they usually always fly in the same sort of direction, though. You only get once in a while, you get ones coming from different areas. But most of them are taking like the same, the same general area they're coming from. But not as of lately. As of lately, they kind of been doing their own thing, coming from all different directions. But I haven't seen any good UFOs with my own eyes in a little bit here now. Winter sucks. It's Buffalo. It's fucking cold. It really sucks. The skies are never open really to look at. It's not a pleasant place to be, during the winter months. It's Christmas time in Hollis, Queens. I just made it. Was able to get everybody something, just made it. Barely had enough money, but I did it, on my own, with no help from anybody, and I made it happen, Captain. Had to. Christmas time. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. Absolutely hate it. The wife, she don't go back to the doctors until January. But when she goes back in January, they're gonna put in place a date when to do the actual brain surgery to remove the tumor. So, because they said the tumor has to go, and there's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. They said, brain surgery has to be done, and the tumor has to come out. So, she's dealing with it the way she deals with it, and, it's hard. She has good days and she has bad days. She's going through a lot, we're going through a lot, so, it's a tough situation for anybody to be in, you know what I mean? I don't wish that upon anybody, not even my worst enemy, so. God's a funny guy, though, you know what I mean? God's a funny guy. Spaghetti and meatballs. I ain't had spaghetti and meatballs in a while. Every once in a while, I get a huge craving for spaghetti and meatballs. And meatball subs. I love meatball subs. But you can't find a good meatball sub unless you're here in Buffalo, New York. You gotta go to, around here for a good sub. Meatball sub on Mike Subs in Kenmore makes a good A lot of things Buffalo has that other places don't and are better than anything. Roast beef on weck. If I move down south and, open up a place that just served roast beef on weck, make a killing. It's fucking delicious. It's a staple here. Same thing with chicken wings, you know what I mean? Our version of chicken wings. Make a killing on that. There's a few other things that we have that are, if you move down south and opened up a place and served this shit, you'd make a killing. Fish fries, too. You won't find fish fries like how you find them here in Buffalo, New York. Not a good one, anyways. I'll open up a fish fry, a wing joint, and a roast beef on weck. That would be my 3 signature dishes. Homemade, John. I hope I'm Italian and Sicilian. Homemade. Now you got me wanting some homemade spaghetti and meat the balls. Damn you to pieces. That'll have to wait for another day, though. Wait for another day. Maybe tomorrow, Christmas Eve. Maybe we'll have some spaghetti and meatballs for Christmas Eve. But I'm used to getting the ham and cooking the ham in the oven, and getting hard rolls and cutting it and making sandwiches with the warm ham, pineapples on top. Oh God, my mouth is watering just thinking about it. I don't know if yours is, but you had me at spaghetti and meatballs. UFOs. Anybody see that the orbs coming out of the water from Niagara Falls that I posted that a gentleman had up? I don't know if that's true or if that's, comprised or what, but it looks fucking real as hell. You can fucking see the actual water coming up with it as it's coming out of the water, and the water actually shoots up a little bit. It's crazy. But Niagara Falls, we know, generates a lot of energy. The ions and everything that the power of those falls put out creates a lot of energy, and it's almost like one of them, vortexes type things that we have here around. There's some in Arizona and shit like that where your compasses go crazy. It creates a lot of fucking energy. And I'm not just talking about electrical energy. I'm talking about, so fucking universal energy. It's powerful. And it has been a UFO hotspot for fucking years. If you look on the net, Niagara Falls UFOs, you're gonna see a shit ton of different sightings from all different dates. You know what I mean? And some people have videos where they see them, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times going to the same spot, seeing the same things. You see a lot of weird lights in the sky in Niagara Falls. You do. And we're not that far from Niagara Falls. We're only at the most, if we hopped in the car and left right now, probably 12 to 15 minutes we would be there. That's how close Niagara Falls is to us. It's a 12 to 15 minute drive, so we're not too far. So, I get the pickings, I get the spares, the leftovers that somehow, fly a little over from the falls, and I happen to see. But hey, I'll take them. I've seen some crazy sightings in my day. The one I'll never forget, the one that was just had this green force field around it, had this green like orb surrounding it, whatever it was in the sky. It looked like a disc, but it had this green orb around it, and it was at nighttime, so it lit up the whole sky. And then all of a sudden, the green light just whoosh, pulsated so bright, like, and you seen a trail of green like dart off to the right, like, and it left a trail and it disappeared. It was nuts. It was fucking nuts, people. A trail of green and it disappeared. It was right over here. That's the one I reported to MUFON. When I had the strange guys come knocking at my door and my telephone was ringing. And I was getting these phone calls from people trying to convince me that what I seen was a Chinese lantern. Shit like that. And I'm telling them this was no Chinese lantern. And they won't take no for an answer. You know what I mean? They actually sent people to my fucking house. I had guys knock on my fucking door, and I'm standing outside of my driveway talking with these motherfuckers, claiming that they're from MUFON. If they were from MUFON, they would be more interested in what I saw. Like, really? Really? Did it happen this way? No. They were just here to try to convince me that what I saw was a fucking Chinese lantern. And they were dead set on it. And some of them were firm with their voice, the way they were trying to, pound into my head. What you seen was a Chinese lantern. And it's like, dude, I know what I seen. So, at the end, finally, they were here for a good 25 minutes talking to me. Finally, at the end, I said, you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe it was a Chinese lantern. And they looked at me and they said, you know what, Bill? You're exactly right. That's what it was. Thank you for your time. You have a pleasant evening, whatever. The guy shook my hand. Then they got in their car and they fucking took off. And my wife could vouch for that story. Because my wife answered the phone when the guy called. My wife's the one who answered the fucking phone because I was outside doing a YouTube video or something. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. But I was outside doing something. And she came with the phone. And it was fucking... And I never put my number on the MUFON site. So, what does that tell you? Huh? How'd they get my phone number? I put my name. Put my name on there. And I put my area. I put my name. And I put the town where I live. But that's all the information I gave them. They found out the rest themselves. And they contacted me. Bastards. Nobody here tonight. Maybe I'll just end it early. End it early since no one's coming, We'll just fucking call it a night, maybe. Say adios, amigos. Nobody comes by. Debbie don't come by no more. It's like Debbie forgot about us. She don't even comment on any of my videos anymore. That's alright, though. You find out who your friends are. You know what I mean? Just like the song. You find out who your friends are. Somebody's gonna drop everything. Jump out. Hit the gas. Get there fast. Never stop to think what's in it for me. Or it's way too far. They just show on up with their big old hearts. You find out who your friends are. It's a good song. It's got my homeboy Tracy Lawrence in there. Tracy Lawrence is probably one of the all-time, my favorites of all time. He's in my top 5 for sure. George Strait's in there. Tracy Lawrence is in there. Gary Allen's in there. And then it becomes tight because I like a lot of motherfucking country artists, so it becomes real tight. Tight like an Eskimo vagina on a cold Arctic night. This candle go out. No. No more lagging. Better not catch you lacking. Understand what I'm saying, partner? Catch you lacking. Ha 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 ha. Guzzle, guzzle, guzzle. I'm thirsty. What do you want? When you talk a lot, when I'm talking, I get thirsty. So I'm gonna guzzle, guzzle, guzzle. You UFOs. Nobody knows like UFOs, huh? I'm excited for upcoming spring. Get some cleared out skies and get out there and spot some movers. You know, by then I should have, I'm going to try to get my hands on some kind of infrared scope type shit. You know, that shit where they're spotting them and they can make them out and you can see clear triangle patterns. You know, and you can see that they're the TR3s or whatever. And that's what I want to get. And when I see the movers, I want to put the camera in front of that and pick up what I see. This spring, this summer, I'm going to take sky watching to a whole new level. And I'm going to become a fucking astrologist. A mini astrologist. And I'm just going to study the stars. And I'm just going to stay outside all night long. I'll sleep all day and I'll just get up all night, stay outside, and view the stars from sundown to sunup. Make observations, notes, take notes. Oh yeah. It's gonna go down. It's getting real. It's getting real up in here. Real talk. Real talk. Hey. Sorry. I'm having my own live feed, pal. I can't come to yours right now. You're so fucking cute. Can I have your number? Well, I don't know. My wife might not be too keen on that. She might not fancy that too much if I were to give my number out to some pretty lady here on the Tubarino. You know what I'm saying? You catch my drift? Wink, wink. Slide up in my DM, girl. Just slide up in my DM. Get all up in my DM. Man, I got some stories for y'all. But, I'm going to save them for another date. But it's some stories, the entire community's going to want to hear. Oh, yeah. I know a doozy. I know a doozy. Oh, and my chest pains are back now. See, that's why I don't think it is what they say it is. Because they give me medication for it. It's supposed to be making it so I don't get those pains. And I still get those pains. So, I don't think it's GERD or whatever the fuck they were saying it is. I just don't think it is. I think the doctors are wrong. The doctors can be wrong. They are wrong from time to time, people. It does happen. It might not happen that often, but it does happen. They misdiagnose people all the fucking time. So you got GERD, and then 2 weeks later you drop dead from cancer. All the shit we digest, all the shit we consume. We go to the supermarket, we buy these meats, and we buy these vegetables, that are all controlled by the FDA, that are all sprayed with whatever the fuck they want to spray them with, that are, who knows what kind of chemicals they put in these meats or shit they feed these animals. We're all doomed in the end. We're all doomed in the end. That's a promise. It only gets worse from here. It's all downhill. No, It's all uphill. The battle continues. We want to live. We want to fight. Hence my old name, Nibiru Freedom Fighter. Keep fighting. Keep up the fight. Never stop fighting for what you believe in. You know, you believe in something wholeheartedly, and you believe it should be so, then you fight. And you keep fighting, and you never give up. Don't look back either. You just keep fighting no matter what. Never stop fighting. Never. Ever. Ever. And we will fight. And I do fight. And we'll continue to fight. The good fight. Disclosure is coming. And people like me, we're going to make it come sooner than expected. I just wish there was a whole lot of more fucking people out there like me that believed in my beliefs. They would be awakened spiritually, mentally, physically. For the first time, they would feel reborn. Their eyes would be open. The cloth would be no longer blanketing their eyeballs. And for the first time, they would see so clear. And it would scare the living fuck out of them. But it's the truth. UFOs are real. UFOs do exist. Aliens are real. They do exist. They visit here every single day and night. The facts. Those are the facts. That's not an opinion. It's a fucking fact, Jack. Prove me otherwise. Baby, just roll with it. Don't think about it. 3! And then there was 3. The 3 blind mice said to the one another, how many UFOs does it take to screw in a light bulb? The answer is 0. UFOs don't screw in light bulbs. They just make light happen. You know, I have started into a little bit of UFO summoning, you know, and found I had some luck with it, you know, and I've had some sightings come off of it, you know, and this summer I plan on sticking with it, and, you know, I plan on keep trying to do it, and one of these days, I got a funny feeling I'm going to see a great sighting befold in front of my eyes, and I'm going to be able to get it on tape, hopefully. The one time I had one, man, it was so fucking low. You could see it clear as day, clear as a bell. It was a fucking disc flying through the air. And my camera would not work. Just would not work. I hit the camera button and it wouldn't fucking record for nothing. Crazy shit. That would have been one hell of a fucking video or photo. But I'm going to keep doing it. And hopefully, you know, what I really want, I wish a UFO would just crash like down the block at the golf course. At the corner of the street, there's a golf course. I wish a UFO, I wish I'd be outside walking the dog at like 2 a.m. and a UFO would crash. And I'd be like the only one who's seen it. I would run to the crash site. Oh, that would be amazing. Video camera out. Live feed a rolling. Whatever came out of that thing, we would have on tape. You bet your bottom dollar. That video would get pulled. That video would get pulled so damn fast. That video would get pulled like a preacher's undershorts in a Birmingham whorehouse. You get what I'm saying? Maybe you don't. I don't know. Oh boy. I wish I could interview people that said they were abducted. You know what I mean? That would be sweet to do. You know, have a hotline, a number, you know, something. They can call in. We can do interviews with them. Anybody who claims they were abducted, we'll let anybody speak. And then, you know, we'll figure out at the end of that for ourselves whether or not we believe that person's story or not. You get what I'm saying? I think that would be fun to do, but my channel's not big enough, you know? My channel's not big enough. You know, who the fuck would call? The 2 people that watch my videos? You know, if I had a decent channel, that'd be great. You know, I would do shit like that. You know, I let people who were, you know, think they were abducted or experienced even people with sighting reports, have them call up one after another and just tell their sighting. You know what I mean? We'll just be a non-stop fucking sighting hotline. But we'll put them all on YouTube, of course. And we'll just keep adding proof. And piling it up, piling it up, and piling it up. Yep. One step closer to disclosure. This is Lyrical Combat. Man. I'm excited. I don't have to work tomorrow or Christmas. I was supposed to have to work tomorrow, but my boss told me today I didn't have to work. So I basically get a 4-day holiday. And I get paid for tomorrow and Tuesday. I'm going to get paid for both days. So that's a good thing. It's a good thing. Gotta make that moolah. Gotta get that guap. I want to go to fucking space, man. So fucking bad. I want to go to fucking outer space so bad. I could taste it. Like, I wish I was, like, smart. I wish I knew how to build a rocket, because I would fucking build the rocket. I don't care if it took me 10, 20 years. Just so I can fly to space. Like Billy Bob Thornton in that one movie or whatever. I think it was Billy Bob Thornton. But, you know, I just want to see what's out there with my own eyes. You know, I don't have to go far. I'm not asking to go to Mars. Maybe the moon and back, you know what I mean? And just see what you see from there to there coming back, you know what I mean? Imagine what your eyes would see. Just imagine. Would you see chevrons? Would you see discs? Would you see nothing? It's always a possibility. Always a possibility. I wish there was a way normal folks like us could go up in space. They should give, like, ride-along programs to the underprivileged, like me. And I get to go along on a mission or something. That would be fucking amazing. That would be amazing. Amazing. That would be a dream come true. I could die right there and then. And die happy. because I would have got to witnessed my eyes in space and seen, you know, the moon close up and look back at Earth and, you know, see what that looks like so far away. That would have been a ambiance utopia. Talk about breathless, taking your breath away. Holy fuck. Can't paint that. So put that in your gallery with all your other trophies. Store that up on the mantle. Here I am. There could be UFOs flying outside me right now. I see no movement in the sky. Oh. No movement at all. That's it. Well, we got about 3 more minutes here. I'm getting pretty severe chest pains right now. Maybe I'll take a gas 6. Well, I'm going to end this. Beware of the demonic deception. We sure will. We always beware. I'm going to end this live feed, everybody. All two or three, I think it's 3 of you that actually stopped by and commented now. So, y'all be good. Y'all be easy. We'll see you sometime during the week. Maybe. But if not, we'll see you next Sunday for sure. Peace and love, everybody. Be on the lookout for those UFOs. You never know when you're going to see one. So get your eyes in the sky, people. Get your eyes in the sky. And never stop looking. And have those cameras ready. Because you never know what you could catch on any given day at any given time. You could be driving down the road somewhere. And a UFO can fly right out in front of your face. You're going to want to get that on camera. Proof, proof, proof equals disclosure, disclosure, disclosure. Equals red, white, disclosure. So, y'all be safe. Keep your eyes in the sky. Keep video in the sky. And, Merry Christmas. If I don't see you guys, Merry Christmas. You know, I'm not going to see you guys, so Merry Christmas to all 2 of you. And to everybody else, screw you. Screw you. Who needs you? I don't. Who needs you? I don't. Piss off. Peace out.